Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Profile. So here's the interesting thing. It's on my list. Came out it says May 14th, 2021. But when you go into it, I think it's a 2018 movie. So I'm like confused. Maybe they made it in 2018. It just took this long to get released. I don't know. But now we're able to watch it on Amazon Prime for $5.99. And it's about it's an undercover British journalist. She infiltrates the online propaganda channels for the Islamic State, and she becomes sucked in by the recruiter. I don't know. I don't recognize. It looks like our lead character is Valene Kane. Other than that, I don't recognize anybody right now, but we'll see. And it looks like IMDb starts to play the trailer a little bit. Seems like it's all like computer screen, so you're like Zoom calling everybody. We've seen some movies like that, right? So we'll see. I don't know. That's what it seems like. I'll get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, and then let you know what I think. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Profile. We're at the 54-minute, 3-second mark. A little bit, almost probably like halfway. Hour and 46-minute film. Anyway, so it is kind of what they said and kind of what I thought. So the entire movie takes place on the computer screen. So it's not, I forget what the other one, Unfriend I think was one of them. They all this, there's a couple of movies that try and do this perspective. And this one's okay. I mean, it's it obviously limits the number of actors that's going to be in it, the scenery, all that kind of stuff. But essentially she is a journalist, or an aspiring journalist. From what it seems like, she's trying to get a job, or at least a full-time job. And so her plan is to start, infiltrating, some terrorists, essentially. And so she creates this persona of a woman who's interested in the Islamic beliefs or whatever it is. And she creates a Facebook account, and you're watching it all, and does all this kind of stuff and starts reaching out, and now has this connection with a person, a guy. And so they're starting, they're starting this relationship between the two of them. She's trying to get intel from him, but they're also like flirting back and forth, and he's trying to recruit her to come there, which is very popular at this time, recruiting women to come over and be a part of the fight, I guess. She also has a boyfriend that they're trying to get an apartment together. She has a best friend, Kathy, who they're just friends. And then she has the contact at work that basically is trying to get her to the job, and she's been sharing this information with in order to get the job with. So the reason I mention that is because it's all happening on the screen. So she has some FaceTime conversations, she has some Skypes, she has some text messages, some emails, it's like, so you really got to kind of pretty much watch, because there's not, you can't be looking somewhere else and not see it because it's happening on the screen. Sometimes you can hear it, but sometimes you have to watch and read, and so I do find myself, oddly enough, as interesting as maybe it sounds, I find myself disinterested. I don't know why. It's an interesting concept. I get it, and you have to really pay attention because there's conversations happening while she's talking. She's typing over here, you know what I mean? So it's boom, 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 boom. So it's something to take in. But again, I find myself disinterested at this point. I don't know why. But anyway, I thought it was important that I'd stop quick, and tell you a little bit more about it, so that you know what kind of movie you're at least getting into. So we'll see what happens here. Like I said, there's about halfway left, so hopefully I get a little bit more interested. I tried charging my phone so I would stop looking at it. So, alright, I'll be back in a little bit.
I have a right to a diary. It's the bride's father.
Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Profile, and I have to say, stick with it. It gets, not that it was bad, again, for some reason I was disinterested. There's times, I don't think I liked her. Was a piece of it, I didn't like her character's character. So when she started, pretending who she was, creating this other persona for this terrorist, I think she kind of bothered me a little bit. I don't know. You know, anyway, so for some reason I was not interested, but then, you know, I made it through to the end. You have to see what's going to happen here. It heats up. It gets a little, you know, a little bit different than what you're normally seeing. And, you know, in the end, I thought it was pretty neat, you know, but I don't know what happened the other hour and 20 minutes of the movie, and you know, the last 20 minutes I really liked it and got into it. I'm not sure. I can't explain it to you. I'm just explaining to you what happened to me when I watched it. But it is very interesting. It is from the events take place in 2014. I also think it was kind of you know, there's some like gaps. So if my advice, I don't know if you can. I was trying to see it. But it seems like they're, you know what I mean? Because everything's through the computer screen. So that's how, like, if they stop communicating or something happens, we don't see anything, and it just starts up again. And so I was trying to keep my eye on the corner of the computer screen to see the day. So that might be helpful, so you can look at the day and the time to see when things change. That might make it a little bit easier for you, some advice there. But in the end, I do think it was pretty good. Yeah, ISIS recruiter. And Syria, it's you know, it's an interesting story. Didn't hold my attention for some reason, but then does. If I can explain it to you. And I don't know if I should tell you the other piece. The other piece is interesting, but it doesn't say that anywhere else, so I'm not going to share. Never mind. You have to make it to the end to find out what the other piece is that I didn't know coming into this. So there you go. You got to check it out. I think it's worth the watch. That's the one thing. If you like those kinds of perspective movies where it's just the screen, you know, a little frustrating, and maybe that's the other issue with me. But if you can make it through that, it's worth it. Check it out. I'm going to probably give it a 6. The story itself is probably a 7. But something about it wants me to lower it, and I think it's maybe watching the computer screen and not watching real, you know, people do all of this. So there you go. That's what I got. Hopefully I was helpful in some form or fashion. It's a 6 for me, but it's worth the watch. So if you want to, check it out. And if you do, leave me some comments. More importantly, subscribe to my channel. Even more importantly, tell your friends to subscribe to my channel. Alright, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.
Thank you.